Hello, and welcome to a reading done by Solid for the Soul, Brenda Vong. Today is the 12th of the 11th at 12 p.m. and I wanted to share a reading with you that I'm currently doing, working on some issues myself. And usually what I'm going through, a lot of other spiritual people are also going through at the same time. So here's the card spread that I did and that I'd like to share with you. So the main questions I had was, this month seems to be quite a crazy month when it comes to electronical stuff and energy shifting and, problems in relationships with communicating, a lot of dramas, a lot of emotions, a lot of insecurities and stuff like that are all coming up this month. A lot of tests. For me this month were with electronical and car situations. Both of my cars have seemed to come down with things that just could not be fixed. And then one flat tyre, and then a week later another flat tyre, and flat batteries every day. And I do think the universe is trying to teach me and test me that I'm no longer going to be needing these sort of things in a couple of years in the future, and it's almost like it's trying to get me to stop worrying about them and stop trying to fix them, and because as soon as I fix one, another one comes up. And because of this, there's been a lot of tension in the family and arguments in the family, because there's been a lot of stress in my household, not only with the cars and driving people to and from work and being a taxi service with one of the cars that was working and then the other car went. Also a lot of computer issues. My computer has died and I can't seem to get it back, even though I'm very good with computers. And then there's been fights and stress and drama and saging and clearing and doing everything possible to remove all the negative build-up caused from all the stresses. And I know a lot of other people out there are dealing with battery problems and breakdown of communications, a lot of dramas, a lot of self-issues that they're working on with their insecurities. So it's just been a huge month, November already. Like October was extremely busy with me, and I just had to deal with tiredness and the stress of that. But November's been quiet, but it's just been one drama kind of after the next here. And so I've been grateful for the quiet time so I can kind of deal with all of that. So I thought tonight, instead of focusing on it and getting worried and going into that energy, I'll turn to the universe and turn to my angels and let them tell me what exactly is going on this month for all of us, and to get a bit of a general reading of what's occurring here. So the spread I did was, the first card I used was the angel deck, and then I used the love cards for love communication, and then I used the earth healing cards, and then I used them down here also to get a bit more information. So we'll go to the first deck that I used, and this one's the past card, and I used the angel deck with Door and Virtue, and it came up Inner Power. And it's very true, because I had to stand in my own test of standing up and deserving what I wanted and what I needed, and not to be taken for granted, and had a huge discussion with my husband about this and my kids about this. And so it was really taking control of my own inner power, and not doing it out of anger or out of fear, but doing it out of my wants and my needs, and for my highest purpose that would come out of it all. And so that was very important, to release all that and to really keep focusing on what's true to you and what's true to your beliefs and standing up for them. So then we're moving on to the current one, which I used the love deck, and I got Miracle. And that was about your relationship is about to transform, as it says on the card. And it was after I had a bit of communication with my husband. Every now and then you need a little bit of fight to clear the air. So we had to do that to overcome all this stress. You can only build up so much stress without you having to release it. It's just how you release it. If you have a fight, if you do it in a honest format and in a caring way, a lot can get resolved. So it did. We had the little bit of a tiff, and then it transformed. But also on Earth-wise, there's a huge miracles and shifts and change, especially with the solar eclipse that's coming in on the 13th and 14th of this month. I think a lot of these old stress issues and a lot of these tests that we're going through at the moment with dealing with technology and cars and modern day life is going to be quite resolved after that solar eclipse. I feel like everything will shift and change and transmute. So it's a very important solar eclipse that's actually coming up. So bring it on, so we can get this energy on Earth back happening, back working for the future. This is quite an interesting one, this one, because it really keeps coming up. And it's the Ancestors card. And see this snake? I have seen this image, like so many places that I go, I've seen this Aboriginal snake design coming up everywhere. And I know it's trying to keep confirming to me about this card. And a couple of days ago I did a quick reading and this card came up too. And when I went and did the earth healing out at Alanda Point, this card came up there as well. So this one is really about telling me, though, not about connecting with our old ancestors. It's good to do that and to know our ancestral line and activate it and know all about it and to respect it and to honour it. But it's also telling me for this time of the year, the 2012 energy and heading so close now into 2013, it's about us becoming the ancestors. And the only way we're going to become the ancestors of this land and for the new generations is to stand in our truth and to stand in our inner power and to believe in miracles like the cards before it. And it's to know who we are and what we want from the earth and what we're going to manifest for this new earth energy, and to become the ancestors, the wise ones, the ones that will talk about this time and what we went through. We're going to be the record keepers, and all the other councils and galactic councils and angelic councils and ascended master councils are all watching us and studying us right now. I was told on the 25th of last month there was a portal opened, and that allowed all the negative energy and all the negative spirits and spirits that were trapped to actually rise and to go up into this portal. And so people now won't be affected anymore by entities jumping on them, which is a great thing. It's a huge thing because we don't need to have them tagging along with us into the new energy. So the angels and the councils had took care of that by opening a portal and getting them all up there. So hopefully now we won't have to do any entity removal on people. But the other side of the coin with this one is that when the portals opened, it also opened the way for aliens, for ETs, for star beings, whatever you like to call them. I have no problem calling them aliens. I don't use it in a derogative form at all. I use it with only love, and it's only a word, but some people really do choose to call them star beings, and that's fine. That's their guidance to do so. So please don't email me that I'm saying the wrong words here, because my guidance is they don't mind being called alien as long as you're doing it in a loving intention and you don't have a negative take on it, which I don't. So they said they're more than happy for me to call them that. But the choice is yours. You know, that's just my guidance. But anyway, it's opened up the portals for the star beings and for the aliens to come through. And because of that, they really want to experience this 2012 shift. And so at the moment, they've been telling me they've been implanting into people. So it's kind of like an entity moving into someone, but it's not an entity of a lower a lower vibration. It's actually an entity of a higher vibration of a star being entity. So they don't like to call it an entity, they like to call it an implant. So these implants are actually getting put into people, especially people who are star beings down here, or people that are used to that energy and enjoy that energy and interested in that energy, and now all being activated with implants. It's not a scary thing, it's just for them to get used to that implant and to help channel and work with that implant. So we've removed the lower entities, but then on the other side of the coin we've gained the star being entities. So there's going to be a lot of psychics working with that kind of energy and helping people with that star ascension process. So the star beings are going to ascend too, and they're not just sure how to go about it right now. So a lot of light workers are going to help the star beings with this kind of process too. We've got a clearing coming up with a lady soon who needs her implant to be investigated, and that's what we intend on doing. So that's going to be quite common, definitely for this month and definitely for next month. But hopefully by January they won't need to implant anymore, because they'll have all the information and all their research done through that time, and they'll feel it's no longer to being that person, and they should move on as well. So we've got a lot of gates opening. We've got the main gate opening on the 12th of the 12th, 2012, which is going to usher in a lot of galactic energy, a lot of vibrational love energy, and it's going to give the Earth the last kind of fix, or the last kind of energy wave in that will then help with the 21st of the 12th, 2012 energy. So it's the last big wave that's coming in for us. So we have to prepare ourselves for that. And when it comes closer, I'll do a quick reading for us, what we can expect for the 12th of the 12th, 2012. But back to the cards. I wanted a bit more kind of information on Earth-wise, what's happening this month, to see if I could work out things that I could do to help myself and my family and my friends and my clients to move through this energy. So the readings I got was the dream time and creation. So like I said before, it's really about all the old prophecies from the Mayans, from so many other people, from the Native American Indians, from Aboriginals, to all the elders, to all of the ancestors that have been here. They're all talking about creation. They're all talking about the 21st of the 12th, 2012, and the shift of the spiritual energy. So this is really coming up. And what we need to do to help all of that, because the energies are coming in thick and fast at the moment, is we need to hold some ceremonies. And that's really funny that this card came up, because 2 days ago I actually bought an ancestor's altar to put in my reading room, and I go there every night and I do an invocation there to sometimes to Buddha, sometimes to Jesus, sometimes to Kuan Yin, sometimes to Merlin, sometimes to the angels. You know, I swap it around each night, who I want to talk to and who I want to focus on. I'll show you that altar in a little minute. But so it's very important to do your daily rituals, to create some ceremonies. Go out and help the earth. Go do more earth healings. Go do personal healings on yourself. Help these people who need those alien implants removed and things like that. You know, to activate as a community. There's lots and lots of ways of coming in, and people, you know, wanting to work with community, and other people who are not ready to be there yet or work with the community. So again, there's a lot of self issues that are reflecting this month, and we need to see them as old programmings and delete them and remove them and create some new programmings in. And the best way to do that is to do your own little ceremonies. Light a candle each day. It doesn't have to be an altar. You can do a simple thing like light a candle and put out your intentions. But the more you get used to doing the ceremonies, and the more you're used to doing them daily, the easier the energy will become for you as well. And it's really trusting your instincts this month and to be the wolf. And it's funny that the wolf came up here in the dogs because, you know, with everything else I've been going through, I've also got my female dog who is on he, and I've also got up 3 other male dogs. I have my own wolf pack here. And since she's been on heat, my household has been chaotic because I've had to separate the 3 male dogs and her away from them, and then take them out for wees and bring them back in and feed them all separately. And then I've had them crying and I've had them howling. I've had them scratching on the door. So it's funny that the wolf card came out because they're really testing my household, and I've had to come up with really creative ways to help her with being on heat. So it's really about trusting your instincts, and sometimes you have to be a lone wolf and do it yourself, and other times you have to be in the pack and get used to being in the pack. So it's really up to you which side of the wolf family you're going to be. And when you've decided which wolf are you, then stand in it and be proud of it. It's also funny things like I had instinct to text someone on Facebook and wish them good luck for a psychic fair they were doing. And I knew a couple of them that were doing it, but there was only one in particular that I was really drawn to wish her good luck. For some reason I was getting told by the angels that this one was going to be a real testing time for her, and she really had to stand in her inner power and get through it and to really break some of the old programmings. So I texted her and I said, good luck for the weekend. I hope everything goes really well. I didn't know why I just texted her, but I just trusted in my intuition and I did so. So, yeah, it's just really important to follow your instincts in this month. Do what is right. And then the last card that came out was a beautiful crystal card. Pardon me. And it's all about focus. And I did think I should put some crystals around my laptop and help give it some energy. And maybe if I put a generator on top of my laptop, that it might help the crystals that are in my laptop to work and to focus a bit better and to do what they need to do. But also look at this card. Look at the pyramids in the background and the trees and the fairies. You know, it's these 12th on the 12th. 2012 is really about activating all this pyramid energy. So if you can sit under pyramids or have some crystal pyramids around you, I've made up a crystal scroll, a crystal scroll grid with all pyramids around it to help me with the pyramid energy and to help me focus on the crystal skull energy around this month as well. But bringing in the fairies and being out in nature and just being aware of all the pyramid energy. So there's a lot of spiritual activations happening at the moment. They're really quickly coming in and removing old programmings, so then you can put in new programmings. They're activating pyramids. They're activating stargates. The solar eclipse is coming in to shift all the new energy around. They're bringing in our instincts, they're bringing in ceremonies, and they're bringing in us to ultimately know that we are the ancestors of this new land and that we will become the next generation that they will talk about. We will become the ascended masters. We will become everything that we've been working with and channeling with will then become us. So it's really important. We have the knowledge of the crystals and the pyramids. We have the knowledge of instinct and intuition. We have the knowledge of ceremonies and invitations. And we have the knowledge of creation and what's actually happening with creation. Ask in your dreams about what's going on there and how you can help yourself through this time. It's a very, very big month, and next month's going to be even bigger. This one is about deleting all the old, just like a computer, deleting all the old and then reinstalling it all. And that's exactly what they're doing to the computers, to the cars and to us. A lot of people have moved houses. A lot of people are settling into new places, and that was deleting old patterns and giving them new patterns. So there's so much happening. A lot of people have been taking holidays because they've had to get away from the energy and what's going on. You know, it's just been a real crazy month for people. So once we can get rid of this energy, 2012 in December is going to be absolutely more dominant, more powerful, but at least it won't be old programmings we'll be working with. We'll actually be reinstalling new old wisdom in. And we're all starting to do that now, but it's really going to come in thick and fast in December. All of our old DNA programmings are gone and new DNA programmings will be in there, and we'll have to learn to work with that new DNA programming and that new spiritual energy. So we'll definitely do a reading in December, especially before the 12th of the 12th, so we know what's going to happen with the Stargate opening. And then definitely around the 21st, maybe on the 20th, we'll do one then, and we'll find out what the 21st is going to hold for us also. So much happening this month. Please just write it out. Please don't go into the negativity about it. Kind of rise above it all and kind of see the deeper spiritual picture of it all. Don't just go, oh, it's doing that because of this. And don't go into the human side like, oh, the computer hates me. Oh, it's one thing after another. Because all you're doing is manifesting that energy to come through in thick and fast. So you have to turn it around and go, no, everything is going to be really good. It's here for the divine purpose. It's doing what it needs to. Once that clears, once that fixes, everything will be good as gold. I'm sorry, I'm just a bit distracted. I've just seen a note up on my chakra wall, and I'm not sure where that's come from or how that's manifested. But anyway, I will get back to that in a minute. I just want to show you the quick altar over here that I was telling you about. It's funny that I just bought that the other day. Here's my little ancestor altar. I just need to put the candle up here so you can see it a little bit better. Here's my little altar, my picture of Buddha who I'm working with this week. I've put some oranges there. I've put some flowers there, as in some blessings. I've got crystal grid around it. Each day I light the incense. I sit here and I do a little bit of a prayer, a little bit of a blessing. This week's one, I will be happy to read it out for you. This week one says, to invoke an enlightenment, clarity, calmness, and the compassion by accepting your own karma while asking for the divine help to be elevated from it. The Buddha once summarized his entire teachings in one sentence. I teach about suffering and the way to end it. So quite appropriate for this month, I thought. So that's who I'm working with this month on my ancestor altar. I'm definitely working with a beautiful Buddha. Buddha's energy. And remember to leave blessings there. Remember to show respect. Remember to show honour. And that's my little area where I sit and I meditate every morning too. And I'm just going to see what this little note is here. Okay. And okay, that's got nothing to do with us. It's got to do with one of my daughter's friends, so that's okay, that's good. So, thank you everyone for listening. Thank you everyone for your time here. I know this was a little bit of a long one, but I did feel it was quite appropriate for everybody else, because I know a lot of people are suffering the same things I am. So I wanted to do a little bit of a spread. Thank you very much for your time, and angel blessings to all.